They were cheering in anticipation of, like, that's the curtain rising, right? So they stood up, and now they're going to sit down. You're going to sit down, guys. Well, I'm going to have to fix that. Hold on. I did fix. Oh no, I fixed it in the wrong place. Thanks for coming to the pre-show production meeting. I sure am glad we have this type of relationship. This would be so stressful if I had to get it right every time. What are the odds of that? Ladies and gentlemen, no pressure here. Oh, you know what? I forgot the dancers. Hold on. We did this all wrong. Here we go. There we go. It must be Tuesday. Now, what's going to happen, of course, is the other dancers are going to come in and the music's going to be over. So they're going to be dancing kind of in silence. Let's watch. Don't be awkward. Just keep doing it. Just own it. You guys own it. Own it. See, they're owning it right now. They don't care. They don't care that there's no music. They're like at one of those dance rave things where, you know, there's no real music in the speaker system or whatever. See, look at them. This is commitment. Could we all be this committed? And there we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for them. Now, Leanne put a busload of pressure on me with this comment that you'll see here in the comments if you're with us live. Oh my heavens, what am I doing? Don't forget to subscribe. That's a thing. Now, I know you all probably have already done it. But, you know, maybe you wake up in the middle of the night and sleepwalk. I don't know. Maybe you guys are somnambulists. And they're part of what you do is you go unsubscribe to things on YouTube while you're sleeping. So, you know, it doesn't hurt to test. That's not the word I was looking for. Check. It doesn't hurt to check. You know, you look down below the video and go, no, I'm still subscribed. Good, 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 good. If you're not, if somehow you slept, did your thing, and, you know, well, I'm glad we spoke, right? I mean, right? It's good that we had this conversation. Yeah, so anyway, Leanne put a lot of pressure on me because she rushed home to see this show. And there's not much different about this show than last show. Ooh, see, now I got a show like yesterday, you should only play that card every now and then. And I'm playing it the next day. But before I sit and do nothing, I do have to do one thing that is, it's just a, you know, as I've made this switch over to YouTube. Hold on, I forgot something else. I'm going to fix it right now. Okay, fixed it. See, I'm getting faster. But no more sleek, however. If I keep calling attention to the fact that I have to, but I have to, because I have to break eye contact. And that's the worst. Because, see, this is like my favorite part, is just having eye contact. Let's take a moment and just have some eye contact. Who's uncomfortable? Now, why are you uncomfortable? Can't you just be present with me? Is it awkward? Awkward. Awkward is a unique feeling. Let's discuss it for a few minutes. So what's the difference between that awkward feeling and embarrassment and discomfort? I'd say these are three things that overlap sometimes, but awkward. Like the difference between embarrassment and awkward. Shall I give you an example? Yes. That was what? I didn't even understand you. Not knowing a fact, if you're having a conversation with someone and you don't know a fact, that can be embarrassing. I should know that. What's awkward is when it's a person who you should know the thing about them. Like, let's say you're interviewing a celebrity and they talk about a movie. They reference a movie of theirs and they expect you to know what you're talking about and you don't. That's awkward. Awkward socially. Hold on. Let me start that sentence over. Awkward tends to happen, I think, more around other people. Like there's a third party involved. I could be wrong. Or I guess not. I guess you can be awkward and embarrassed. Like right now, what I'm experiencing is awkward. Because I really thought I had this a little better thought out. But it's also embarrassing. I feel my face turning red, which is one of my least favorite things to have happen to me because everyone calls attention to it. And then I do that goofy laugh, and I don't like the way I look when I do that laugh. So, welcome to Self-Criticism Corner. I'm Bob Doyle, your host and guest. Now, normally I bring in a guest who's, known for being self-critical, but today I brought in myself. Bob, yes. Why so self-critical today? Oh, I don't know. I think it's just you just want to bring the A game to the show every day, and sometimes you just don't. Well, lots of times you just don't. All right. Well, you didn't need to say it that way. That's not really helping the situation. I never said I was here to help you. If you want a therapist, you go down the hall. Well, this is getting to be a weird conversation. Look, you walked into my office. And this is what it looks like to have a breakdown. No, I'm kidding. All right, now I feel like sometimes people are going to get concerned. Let's go to the comments and see what's happening. We've got Leanna and Noemia and Sarah in here, and Bruno's joined. I have to get myself on a better vibe. The anxiety is getting the best of me. Don't want to ruin the show with a low vibe. Oh, okay, so if something goes wrong with the show, we can just blame Bruno. He just took full responsibility for it. Don't know why he would do that. But good. See, it's off me now. Oh, man. I feel like I just lost 15 pounds. Okay. Not me. I stay in bed. I don't know what that means. But Kathy said it, and I have proof right here. All right, look. As I was saying, since we've made this jump over to YouTube, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell. Hosts of shows now have to display, from time to time, what YouTube calls your SOC. What is SOC? Well, I don't know what SOC is, but SOC is stack of credibility. I know, it's a legal term. It can sound confusing at first, but stay with me. Who am I? I'm Bob Doyle. I'm the host of this program. And this is my face when I'm just expressionless. See, one of these days we're going to have like a Bob Doyle Show scavenger hunt. Oh, I'm loving this idea already. Where it's up to you to find, like I'll go through shows and I'll find moments, and then you guys have to go find those moments in the shows. Now see, if I had like big prize, contest could have, right? Like make it like ridiculously impossible, almost Ready Player One-ish. That's an obscure reference, I guess. But yeah, just scavenger hunt. You have to find this moment. You have to find this moment. You have to find this moment where I had this meltdown, where this didn't work, or whatever. Yes, a meltdown scavenger hunt, right? And so you have to go back through all the episodes and find those moments and then reference. It was this episode at this time in the video. Hold on a second, we're getting something in from Tommy. L7, the guy with the oh, okay, yeah. Hey, Crystal, you snuck in on me. Tommy, you lost 60 pounds in the last year and a half. You're going to have to do a better job of keeping up with your things. Have you checked behind the couch? A lot of times, you don't think it can get back there. Then how would it even? But it starts by dropping in front of the couch, and then, I don't know, wall gravity pulls it closer to the... It's physics, Tommy. Look it up. So stack of credibility. So here's mine. Oh, look. God, that's just like comfortable. It's perfect. It's just the exact right spot. Now, why do I have all these together? Well, they were in the garage, and I thought, well, I should have those close by, especially as we launch the Boundless Living Challenge, because I might need a stack of credibility. Who am I? Well, I'm the guy responsible for all of these and more. But let's just look at them, shall we? Follow Your Passion, Find Your Power, my upside-down best-selling book from 2010. Here it is in just one of the dozens of languages it was translated into. Are you impressed yet? Hold on. If you're impressed now, just wait. This is one called Wealth Beyond Reason. It says right here, it's the handbook for mastering the law of attraction. This is actually a what is it? Like a reprint? This is not the original. Somewhere I have the original. Perhaps you've heard of this little thing. It's called The Secret. And before it was that book, it was this movie. And if you watch this movie very closely, you might see something that looks kind of like this face, but not exactly. Another DVD about the law of attraction with Bob Doyle on it. And then, of course, we have this. Is this where the crowd goes wild? Right. Oh, I'm not here to go in depth about this because I talk about it in the afternoons. If you give a bologna loaf about the Boundless Living Challenge, I love that reference. It just happened, and I'm going to use it. Never. Then just, you know what? Jump on over to my Facebook page and catch up with what's happening over there. But here's what I noticed about this. The only reason I brought this up. Hold on. Now I have to fix the stack. Dun, 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 dun. What do we notice about this? What do we notice? What's wrong? You're saying, well, it looks like the Balanced Living Challenge one is upside down, but see, it's not. Let's look beside The Secret, and this, and all the other books that are right side up. Mine's the Balanced Living Challenge is the only one that was printed incorrectly and upside down. Now, what does that tell you? It tells you that I did the design for that and not a professional graphic designer. And I just noticed that today. So, eggs. Let's take a closer look. Even closer. What is that clicking sound? I want that to go away. I'm sure you all hear it. And I want it to stop. It stopped right when I said that. And that is the power of the egg. Look. It's round and smooth. It can produce life. It can sustain life. Although, you know, I brought this up a few times, and a lot of people do. Somebody had to eat one of these first. And there's got to be some trial and error going on there. Right? Because first they, whatever, crunched. Oh, this isn't good. And the inside, like that. Now, you can Rocky Balboa it. Like, okay, it's clicking again. And drink your raw eggs if you want to. Yeah, we're all really impressed. I've done it. But let's face facts. We had to do some major mind game with ourselves the first couple of times we did that. Because it doesn't, okay, oysters maybe. But it doesn't get much more, right? Am I right? What if we heat it up? What heat? Oh man, so then they had to do the whole heat thing. Or did they find it on, they didn't find it on the pavement somewhere, cooked. Maybe a rock? And said, well, let's just, what must that have looked like? Okay, so they're walking along, singing a song maybe. And an egg, I guess, fell out of a bird. I don't know what happened. And it landed on a hot rock and cooked. So now they're walking by and going, hey, that looks like one of those things that we tried that time and was like, no way. But it looks a little different right now. And do you smell Christmas morning right now? And they say, well, there's only one thing to do here. Let's eat it. Yes, let's eat it. So they're scraping it off the rock, and we can only hope that's all it was the egg. Because, look, oddly, if an egg dropped off onto a rock and cooked, it wouldn't look a lot unlike What else would drop out of a bird that wasn't an egg on a rock? I'm just saying, people had to make some crazy choices. Let's fry it. Let's poach it. Let's scramble it. Let's steam it. Let's smoke it. Let's just keep trying till we figure out how we can put this into our mouths. Yes, it is in fact the incredible edible egg. And was there anybody else who was mesmerized? Now, you youngsters who don't watch this at all, and that's a ridiculous reference, probably don't know what I'm going to say, but everybody else does. Now, I'm pretty sure it was Kraft, but it could have been Hellman's. I don't remember. But the point was they were painting the logo onto an egg. Super close up, right? And then they had actual paint on a thing, and they're painting it, and it was like just perfect. Who's with me? I'm going to sit back and take your answers off the air. Let's go to the phones. Ooh, seriously, what are that a lot? Who said, yeah, this thing can have a chicken? Right, right. Hey, look, what dropped out of that? Let's eat it. Let's eat it. And look, unfortunately, you know that's not the first thing they tried that dropped out of a chicken. I wasn't there. And then it's like, and then they had to figure out, well, how long after these things appear can we still eat them in any way? In other words, there were a lot of rotten eggs being eaten, a lot. And were people dying like crazy? Again, see, this is why the whole human race thing, I'm just not buying it. Babies again. We go back to the babies crawling out of the river. Where do they come from? Who keeps them alive? Guys, it's not reindeer. Anyway. And, you know, we like to joke about the chicken and the egg. Who doesn't? Like daily. It's a common water cooler thing. Chicken or the egg? Which came first? Never gets boring. But come on. There's a weird cycle here. Forget the chicken. Let's just call it egg. What came first? The egg producer or the egg which produced it? Now look, I'm sure there's some scientific explanation. But that doesn't mean I have to buy it. You know what I'm saying? And look, and no matter what scientific explanation you give me about how this happened, how great it is, how can they get, it's just protein, it's fat, it's as a food, it's you know? And then if you just, you know, don't mess with it, and certain other little things happen, but boys and girls, we won't talk about that right now. It could produce another one of whatever it came out of, whatever came out of it. Whoa! But the most amazing thing is how somehow inside the chicken, initials. I mean, how do they breed those chickens? So, I mean, obviously this is like, you know, E.B. Eggland's Best, okay? There, I gave him a plug. So that means they have to genetically modify these chickens so that somehow in their chicken ovaries, there's like this logo is being applied because it's on every one. I mean, and look, don't give me that some machine does it. I'm living in reality. So you and your crazy conspiracy theories, whatever. And what was the trial and error on that? And see, look, if they can create chickens that lay eggs with logos on them, why are we still driving gasoline-powered cars? Let's find out from all of you guys on the board. Here's the problem. If I look up here, all I see is a green screen, a curtain. You know what I love? There's nobody on the other side of that wall that's bothered by that. I could sit here and go all day, and no one's going to say a thing about it.
I could talk like this through a loudspeaker in every room of my home. No one's going to say a word. Let's go back over to your comments. I had grandmothers who had chickens, so all the egg jokes and smack Just makes me miss those tough old ladies. Did they talk like this? Come here, Tommy, I got another egg joke for you. How many eggs does it take to change a light bulb? Tommy, you idiot! Eggs can't change light bulbs. Go outside and fetch me a gallon of milk. Or something.
All right. Get back to my normal voice so that you can understand what I'm saying and we can get somewhere in this conversation. I'm looking over here now at your comments when I could just do this.
Sorry, I'm sure that's all kinds of annoying. What is the ultimate annoyance, you may be asking? Because you watch this show and you go, well, this is pretty annoying. Can it get more annoying? Well, oh, gauntlet was dropped. But we as human beings, we know how to annoy other human beings. And there's one thing that it's universally annoying, I think. I don't think there's anybody who isn't annoyed by this. It's one of those things that's, oh, that's funny at first. And then it's just horrifying. And that is, of course, when you just repeat what the other person says. Right? Stop doing that. Stop doing that. You know. You got to stop repeating me. You got to stop repeating me. Look, you're just being immature about this. Look, you're just being immature about this. Right? And it just escalates, right? It's highly annoying. But why? Why? Why is that so annoying? I mean, look, there's got to be a science to it, right? Luckily, we have an expert in the area. Let's bring him in via satellite. Professor, thanks for being here today to speak about repeating. Yeah, that took way too long, and I screwed up my setup here. Jeez Louise, will you just stop talking for a second? Now see, you're screwing up the whole thing. I'm going to fix this because we flew this guest in from...
Can you just stop talking for a second? You see, you screwed up the whole thing.
So, Professor, thank you for being here to talk about the annoyance of repeating. That's a good one, Professor. Seriously, what is it about this that annoys people so much?
That's a good one, Professor. Seriously, what is it about this that annoys people so much?
Sir, I understand that you find this amusing, but we've got listeners who are waiting for answers. And your response time is horrible. Sir, you are the worst guest I have ever had on this show.
Sir, you are the worst guest I have ever had on this show.
And that's the way it was that day. Oh my God. He walked out of the street after his episode with the hamster. Head bowed between his feet. Yes, that's how embarrassed he was. He ambled and rambled down to the nearest pub. Now, he didn't drink, but he didn't care that day. He saddled up to the bar, or he sidled. One way or the other, he got up next to the bar and he said, "What do you got in the way of ginger beer, Clyde?" And the guy, of course, said, "My name is not Clyde." And that was just the beginning of that day. You want to hear about the rest of it? It'll be another $1.99 per minute. So while you gather up your change, I'll just get comfortable. Alrighty. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Oh, so then, oh, sorry. So then they get the egg figured out, and then eventually they go, hey, let's throw some flour and some sugar and some baking powder. What? How did that happen? Come on, recipes. We aren't smart enough as humans to come up with that stuff. That was clearly, these recipe books, they were, I mean, come on. Look at us as a species. Look at what we're doing. Now look, we got all this technology, and that's what I'm saying. There's a big disconnect between what is available to us, what we're using every day, and then the common sense decisions we make in the world. We have this and fossil fuel. What? Okay, there. I said it. Now you know. And when you figure it out, just tell me.
That was ego.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, I know I owe you at least 90 minutes of your life back from all the time that you've watched this show and you've gone, well, that was a complete waste. But, you know, I know some of you are like, this is just karma. You know, I obviously did something bad in a previous lifetime, and this is my punishment. I feel compelled to watch your show, even when you're just kind of playing with toys and going through your refrigerator. And I don't think anything could sum it up better than that. Just one other thing I noticed. I'm trying to describe this. Wait, is there some talk going on over here? But Bruno, I'm going to do some... You need to stop this nonsense, sir. All are welcome. All are welcome. Even me. Look, I come to this store every day feeling like they're not going to let me in here today. Not after yesterday. And you know what? Every time they let me in. So look, we're very... It's, you know... And I can tell you from as being the host of this program, one of the things we don't do around here is get attached to other people's reactions to us. Otherwise, I wouldn't have a show. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? All right, my friends. Somehow, I don't know. Tomorrow, I don't know. I really think I may have to scale back on the frequency of this show. I can't do this every day. Right? I got to come up with these thumbnails. Eggs? What? That, you know, that's like I got to put something up there. What's a word? Eggs, that's a word. Let's figure out how to talk about it for a minute. All right, everyone. You know what to do, right?
It's the bottle.